Mark, thank you so much. Jim, thank you for having me here. And to all the state level representatives and senators, to town council members, to the judge, and everyone here, elected officials, it truly is an honor. And for each and every one of you that make it possible for those of us that can run for elective office, you're the ones that get out there and work hard. Thank you for having me here in Rhode Island. A couple of things I want to bring out. Yeah, it's cold up here. You know, I landed last night at midnight in Boston, and I saw something I hadn't seen in a long time. Snow. But I brought you guys some sunshine. All right. But I want to, tell you that, North Kingstown, this is the home of a gentleman by the name of Gilbert Stewart. Gilbert Stewart, the man that did the portrait of George Washington that appears on the $1 bill. And is also potentially going to be the home of the Rhode Island State High School basketball champions, the skippers of North Kingstown High School, who just recently beat Hope High School, and they will be looking to beat Classical High School. I don't know if the game is tonight or tomorrow, but good luck to you guys as you take on Classical High School. And that's what I want to talk to you about. So many people say, why come to Rhode Island? Well, let me tell you a story about fighters. Let me tell you a story about paratroopers. And about paratroopers is this. Paratroopers don't jump in front of the enemy lines. Paratroopers jump in behind enemy lines. That's what happened on D-Day, to cause confusion, to cause disruption, so that you can have a successful invasion. When you think about the history of the United States military, think about a great man from just a few miles north of here from the state of Maine, Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. When faced at Little Round Top with the Confederates coming at him and coming at him and coming at him, ran out of ammunition, wounded piling up. What did Joshua Chamberlain say? One simple thing. He said, I ordered the bayonet. It was the first time in the history of the Union Army that the bayonet was ordered. And what did that do on that day? It saved the day for this Union, because one person made a principled and courageous stand against odds, against an enemy that was resolute and resilient and continued to come at them on that July day on Little Round Top at Gettysburg. Or how about, let's talk about the 101st Airborne Division at a place called Bastogne in December of 1944. When surrounded by the Germans and they were asked to surrender, the German column sent back just one word, a simple response. And he said, nuts. Or consider what happened back in December at the Chosin Reservoir in 1950 during the Korean War, when all of a sudden our men found themselves completely surrounded by the Chinese. And it was said that the Marine general in charge there said, we're not retreating. We're going to attack in every direction. That's the spirit of why I came to Rhode Island. Because no matter where you find yourself, no matter where you plant your feet, you must fight if you believe in the principles and values that establish this great nation, this great constitutional republic. And I believe that's what you want to do. Now let's talk about what happened with me. Why do you think they came at me so strongly, so harshly? Why do you think they were making phone calls in the home saying that I beat my wife? Why do you think that they were running ads calling me a war criminal? Let's talk about what the party of Lincoln really is. Let's talk about what the party of Lincoln represents and means to me. How many people of you here saw that movie Lincoln? If you hadn't seen it, shame on you. But it's that opening scene where Abraham Lincoln is standing there with two black soldiers. Those two black soldiers represented the legacy and the lineage that enabled my father to serve in World War II, enabled my brother to serve in Vietnam, enabled me to serve for 22 years in the United States Army, and enabled my nephew, who just this past Wednesday found out that he made the majors list. 4 generations of African-American servicemen, because one man, one president stood resolute and said, this is what we're going to do. We are going to take away this thing of physical bondage. We're going to represent people for what this country really said. If we believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if we believe in the innate freedom of man and humans, then we have to correct this wrong. And what we must do right now as a Republican Party is go back and understand what the party of Lincoln is. The party of Lincoln is a party that believes in individual sovereignty. It's a party that believes in individual freedom. The only reason the Republican Party was established, ladies and gentlemen, was to free the slaves. That was the original intent and purpose. And when you think about the other side, what they represent, this is what we must do if we're going to be successful moving on. And that's what everyone has talked about. We have got to make the contrast. And my fear is that we are too reticent and recalcitrant to make the contrast of who we are and what we believe in as opposed to the other side. My fear is that we will continue to pick candidates. That was a Freudian slip. At the national level based upon whose turn is it next. Instead of going for the person that is qualified and can deliver our message. Because that's what President Lincoln was. President Lincoln only served one term in the United States Congress, hint, hint. But anyhow.